One rapper ran down on his op in Atlanta and got gunned down seconds later. Another posted in front of King Von's mural and was found slumped the next morning. Old friends turned into sworn enemies after one petty IG comment. A teenage rapper dissed ops on live and ended up kicked out by the same crew that signed him. Some beef started in the booth. These ones ended in blood. This is drill rappers and their deadliest beefs. Foolio versus NBA Youngboy. Foolio woke up one day and saw YouTube blowing up with Youngboy leaks. Tracks were getting titled things like NBA Youngboy, Stretch Something, Foolio Diss, and they were racking up hundreds of thousands to 1 million views. He wasn't even sure if they were real songs or fan edits, but to him, it felt like YB was throwing shots. There's only one Foolio in the game, and that name getting put in Youngboy titles had Foolio on alert. It was 2019, and Youngboy had a show in Jacksonville. That's Foolio City, and instead of just wondering, Foolio wanted answers. Youngboy pulled up to the city for his concert, and Foolio's camp tracked his every move. After the show, they followed the rapper and his team all the way to the hotel. But Foolio wasn't coming to shoot or fight, at least not at first. He wanted to ask straight up, what does Foolio even mean? Is that Louisiana slang? Was he dissed in a coded way? But the way Foolio pulled up deep might have looked like an ambush to Youngboy's crew. So when they linked in the hotel hallway, it got heated. Words got exchanged. Then everyone dipped.
Okay, my head's on, but we ain't on no loud, we ain't on none of that social media. Check it out, man. Come on, I'm doing too much, man. All that shit, bro. Ain't no none of that shit, man.
10 minutes later, Foolio doubled back. The hotel staff had slipped up, and the girl Youngboy brought to the room had leaked the number. So Foolio went back upstairs and found the exact room. There's even video of Foolio at the hotel door, yelling through it, telling YB to come out and talk. But nothing ever happened. Youngboy stayed inside, Foolio didn't kick the door in, and that was that. Nobody slid, nobody got touched. But the tension was high. The beef didn't die after that. Foolio said they texted for a while. He had Youngboy's number, but YB was still upset, saying, I don't know what you think I am, I'm not no expletive. Foolio just kept it simple.
Slang, like, we ain't pulling up on him to beef, fight, shoot, nothing, bro. I'm honestly pulling up on him to see, like, what do Foolio mean? Like, that a slang in Louisiana, that's a term or something like that. So when we pull up, I guess, like, we pulled up, like, deep as hell. That probably was, like, intimidating to him, or I don't know what it was, but it just everything just flops out. Like, an argument happened in the hotel hallway, and like everybody up and everybody ran. Then he made a video on his Instagram. He was like, he talking about some scary ass little boy. Why y'all left? Come back, something like that. He said nobody probably ain't peeping, but we know what he was talking about.
Turns out the whole thing was sparked over a misunderstanding. Foolio didn't want smoke at first. He just didn't like his name being used in a way that looked like a diss. But once pride got involved and both crews were in the same building, it almost went left. If the girl never sent the room number, it might have stayed all subliminals and confusion. But that one leak turned it real. Even though no one got hurt, that night showed how fast things can go from rumor to potential headline. What started as a possible misunderstanding turned into a tense face-to-face. And just like that, Foolio versus NBA Youngboy became one of the most random and unexpected links in drill rap. Two major names from two different scenes, nearly clashing off a leaked YouTube title. The deadly beef between Lil Durk and FBG Cash. The beef between Lil Durk and FBG Cash wasn't just music. It was deep-rooted, personal, and tied to years of bloodshed between STL, EBT, and O-Block. After FBG Duck got killed in broad daylight on the Gold Coast in 2020, STL lost its biggest voice. That left a vacuum, and Cash, Duck's older homie, stepped right in. Cash was older than a lot of the drill rappers in the scene. Born in 1990, he'd already done a 6-year bid for armed robbery back in 2009, missing most of the early drill era. But when he came home, he picked up where he left off, repping STL EBT, pushing Flyboy Gang, and throwing shots at BDs on the internet like nothing had changed. Cash knew how to make noise. He had history with Chief Keef's mom from back in the day and used that to go viral in the early 2000s and 10s. But what really brought him attention again was the way he picked up Duck's mission. He wasn't just dissing for views. He was sending real threats in music and online, targeting Lil Durk directly. After Duck died, Durk dropped bars in multiple songs that hinted at get back. But it was FBG Cash who started clapping back publicly. He went on interviews mocking Durk.
Oh yeah, so why'd you take that picture with the King Von mural?
Durk told me to.
How did he tell you to?
He through text. Nah, he blocked me now, but yeah, through text.
What you want to show me your conversation with him?
Nah, he blocked me. He blocked me, motherfucking.
The conversation's still there, right?
Nuh-uh.
You delete text?
Yeah, like when I only see, I ain't big on confrontation sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like most times, I ain't big on confrontation. So when I go through, and man, that was distasteful, man. Like.
What was
that we was talking
what
like
kind of
that,
conversation were you having before he told you to go take this photo?
Fuck me, fuck him. Go over there and do that and see what happened to you. I'm outside right now.
You hit him up?
Yeah.
He posted pictures in front of King Von's mural and made it clear that STL wasn't going away quietly. He was physically pulling up, taunting them, and saying things that made it impossible to ignore. In one of his interviews, he said, "Everything I do got a step on it," hinting that he was active in the streets, not just the booth. Cash wasn't ducking smoke. Durk kept his responses in the booth. In songs like Computer Murderers, he seemed to directly reference Cash. Sneaking pics by Von Merle like Lil Bro won't come out and spin. He ain't heard a fly so he don't count. I still will give him 10. That track alone sent fans into theory mode, breaking down every bar and connecting it to FBG members who had died or been dissed. Then came the deluxe edition of 7220 with the track Risky, where Durk raps, "Standing over him, that's my favorite pose." After Cash was shot, witnesses said the shooter stood over his body to finish the job. Fans instantly linked the lyric and the murder. FBG Cash was gunned down on June 10th, 2022. It was early in the morning, around 5:30 a.m. He was riding in a black SUV with a woman named Tasha West through the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, just blocks from his home. A black Cadillac pulled up and let off 23 shots, 14 from a rifle and 9 from a .40 caliber. Cash tried to run but collapsed next to a tree. Reports say the shooters doubled back to finish him off. He was hit in the head, neck, chest, back, and legs. The woman with him survived in serious condition. The killers got away, and no one's been charged. After his social media lit up. Members from O Block and OTF went live on Instagram celebrating. Buck Munna said, "He doesn't smoke Tuka, he smokes Cash."
He dead and gone, that's what he get, man. He can't take another pick. He got Eddie took a word around it was a neck. Out for that block where they don't play, I'm out bam, take his face. And I ain't missed cause I know they pissed, I know they mad, that old ass man up in the bag. Those switches came, crash, I don't smoke Tuka, I smoke Cash. I'm just lying, that shit weak, that shit ain't Zara, that shit OG. Hey, I'm for the bill, folks. Take some game, we all bugs. Finna make another hit and now bop in for a dub. You don't never be on that, son. Tom, you always coming on my shit talking about Lil Bro, stop. Your ass showing the fuck out. Fuck on what you on. I know they pissed, I know they mad. That old ass man up in the bag. Those switches came and made him crash.
Cash's cousin BG Lil Pat posted himself sliding through O Block a few days after the murder. He also made posts saying he would spin every day for a month until he got revenge. But nothing ever happened. What made the situation even more tense was that younger members of O Block, like Buck Munna from the TSG set, started taunting too. Buck Munna posted a pic in front of King Von's mural just like Cash had before he died. Even if Durk never confirmed it himself, all signs pointed to his crew. After years of losses, OTF and O Block were finally getting revenge in waves. Duck, then Cash. And the message was clear. Playing with the BDs came with a price. Cash thought he could troll his way into the spotlight, but in Chicago, certain lines can't be uncrossed. His name was added to the list of FBG members who died beefing with O Block, Duck, Brick, KI, and now Cash. STL's losses piled up, and Durk just kept rising. The beef between Lil Durk and FBG Cash wasn't just internet talk or music industry competition. It was war rooted in real hate, real get-back, and street pride. Cash knew what he was doing when he stood in front of Von's mural and threw shots in interviews. And Durk knew what he was saying when he rapped about headshots and people getting stood over. Whether or not anyone goes down for the murder, one thing is clear. This was personal. King Von vs. Lil Durk. King Von and NBA Youngboy started off with respect in the industry, but the tension turned fatal once street politics, women, and lyrics got involved. Von came up in old block Chicago, deep in BD politics. Youngboy, repping 4KT, came out of Baton Rouge with his own rep. At first, there was no real issue between them. Durk and Von used to listen to Youngboy on live, but that changed after Von questioned Youngboy's street image, calling cap on his bars while playing one of his songs. He laughed and said,
Youngboy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
You talking crazy on this one.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On his ass, man.
On his
All
ass.
that cap. You got cap in your raps.
Bro, street boss, don't hit the white lady.
You got cap in your raps.
that public diss might have seemed small, but it planted a seed. Not long after, Von posted up with Janya, Youngboy's baby mother. The pic went viral and got Youngboy in his feelings. He clapped back with a petty caption about his son getting with Von's daughter, writing, "I'm gonna make sure my son f your daughter, since you trolling bitch." Then Youngboy got even with a move that crossed the line, linking with Asian Doll, Von's ex, in the studio. Von clapped back with a tweet hinting he had dirt on YB's baby moms that would make him not want to claim your kids. After that, Youngboy dropped Dead Trolls, a diss record where fans thought he was targeting Von. Then the beef turned into blood. On November 6, 2020, Von spotted Quando Rondo, Youngboy's artist, outside Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. He ran up and punched him, not knowing that Quando had backup ready to crash out. Lil Tim, Quando's homie, pulled a gun and allegedly shot Von in the middle of the fight. Von died a few hours later. The internet immediately tied it to the Youngboy beef, but Asian Doll and others denied it, saying Von and Youngboy had no real problems. Von himself had just told DJ Academics that the beef wasn't serious, but Youngboy didn't see it that way. He dropped Bring the Hook, saying, "Oh, Block Pack get rolled up and Atlanta boy get fold up." That line confirmed what everyone suspected. Youngboy was celebrating Von's demise on wax. O Block members burned 4KT flags in response. Von's sister Kayla B called Youngboy a hater and said he was on demon time from house arrest. Quando added fuel with his track Want Me Dead, rapping Lul Timmy, rolled her brother up. Even though Von wasn't alive to respond, Lil Durk carried the beef. Durk fired back with his own disses and said in interviews saying, "You mess with anybody that harm my people, I can't kick it with you." When Youngboy linked with DaBaby for a collab tape, Memo 600, a Durk affiliate, mocked their low sales. DaBaby claimed Durk was waving the white flag in the DMs, but Durk pulled up on him and checked it. Then the beef went nuclear when Durk and Youngboy. What started as a small IG Live comment turned into one of the most talked about beefs in modern rap. A war that ended in a high-profile killing, split the industry and made artists pick sides, even Drake. It's a deadly reminder how fast things can escalate when drill politics mix with the music industry. Bloodhound Q50 versus Rico Reckless. Bloodhound Q50 and Rico Reckless were on good terms. Rico had ties to the Bloodhounds through Jeff and even helped the crew make moves out in Cali. He supported Jeff's music career, gave him game on networking, and made sure Jeff and Vert were straight when they pulled up to the West Coast. Rico was older, more connected, and tried to help the younger Bloodhound members make a lane for themselves. But everything flipped over a petty Instagram comment, and soon it turned into one of the most disrespectful feuds in modern Chicago drill. The first signs of tension came when Rico Reckless claimed in an interview that he had pulled up to Chief Keef's crib in LA and met him face to face. According to Rico, he was with his sister when they got invited to a party at Keef's house. He said it was all love and claimed Keef's people recognized him and showed respect. But when Adam22 from No Jumper DM'd Chief Keef to verify the story, Keef flat out denied it ever happened. That instantly went viral, and the drill community started calling Rico a liar. Rico's rep took a hit, and that's when Bloodhound Real Vert jumped into the comments of an Instagram post about the situation, laughing and saying Rico lie about everything. Rico wasn't going to take that lightly. In the drill world, getting called a liar about street stories, especially by younger rappers, is major disrespect. So Rico fired back at Vert, telling him, "You let your homie die on a drill," referring to the shooting that killed Lil Jeff. That line crossed a boundary, and things quickly spiraled. Vert clapped back, saying Rico was a clown who was scared when he was around the Bloodhounds and tried to act tough on the internet. Then Vert exposed an old situation where the Bloodhounds almost robbed Rico for his jewelry, but didn't because they thought it was fake. According to Vert, Jeff had said they didn't want it because it looked too fake. That comment spread fast and the beef picked up steam. Q50 got involved next. He posted to his Instagram story, "Rico Reckless dead homies, do something." From that point on, it wasn't trolling anymore. It was real beef. Q50 and the Bloodhounds started throwing out serious threats, and Rico responded by bringing up Q50 slipping on a drill. He posted a video mocking the infamous moment when Q50 fell and hurt his ankle during the same hit where Jeff lost his life. He said, "Your name Q50? Don't slip," and clowned him for limping back to the car.
I don't really know where I'm coming from when I'm recording this. You see, I'm on some Valentine's shit, but they used to call me Rico Don't Shoot 'em. What the fuck is your name is? Q50 Don't Slip? Wrong with you, your ass tweaking.
But this beef wasn't always this dark. Rico once supported Lil Jeff heavily, even admitting that he had known Jeff since his cousin from Trap City, Lil D, asked him to look out for the shorty. Rico vouched for Jeff and started bringing him around, helping him get into studios and pushing his name in the industry. When Jeff and Vert came to LA, Rico let them crash with him, made sure they were safe, and gave them advice about how to move smart. He told Jeff not to get caught up in street stuff that could ruin his rap career. He believed Jeff could blow up if he stayed focused. But even then, Rico noticed Jeff was spiraling. In one conversation just 50 minutes before Jeff died, Rico told him he was too hot and needed to chill. In Lil Jeff's song Long Live Jeffrey Dahmer, he rapped, "They say I'm too hot, need to chill, I shoot till it stop on a drill." Rico was trying to give him game, but Jeff wasn't hearing it. When Jeff got back to Chicago, he got killed on a drill, and the footage went viral. Rico later said he couldn't even bring himself to watch the full video. It messed with him. He said that if he was on that mission with Jeff, he would have died with him, because that's what you sign up for in the streets. He said the people Jeff was with didn't ride for him and let him die alone. That statement rubbed Bloodhounds the wrong way. They felt like Rico was using Jeff's death for clout and trying to look like the real one in the situation when he wasn't even there. The drill community was split. Some felt Rico was too old to be going back and forth with teenagers and young hitters. Others felt he had a point. Jeff and the Bloodhounds were moving reckless and got caught slipping. But for the Bloodhounds, it wasn't about who had a point. It was about loyalty, respect, and not letting an outsider play with one of their dead. As of now, the beef hasn't resulted in any known shootings between the two sides, but the tension is still in the air. Rico is older, with a son, and a public relationship with Summer Walker in the past. Q50 is still active, though more low-key since Jeff's death. The beef stands as a reminder of how fast things can go left in the drill scene. One post, one diss, one lie, and everything changes. What started as a friendship turned mentorship turned deadly beef is now one of the messiest fallouts in modern drill. And with both sides holding grudges, the next move could come from anywhere. NBA Youngboy versus P Yungin. NBA Youngboy and P Yungin started off like family. YB signed him young, just 16, and even offered $100,000 and a Corvette to get him back in school. They dropped I'm On together and had the internet thinking P was next up from 4KT. But things changed fast. Behind the scenes, P was already beefing with rappers like Calvary Kylan and cracking jokes about shootings on IG. Then things turned serious. Jada Yungin, who had beef with YB over a girl, got gunned down in front of his crib. Instead of showing respect, P jumped in the comments on his homie's page and mocked him. That moment showed P was willing to diss the dead, just like the rest of the 4KT wave, but it also marked the start of his downfall. P fell out with multiple people in a short time. Back Baby Key, someone he used to rock with, got accused of stealing money from P. P aired him out, even posting a photo of Key with Fredo Bang. One day later, Key was shot and killed by a rapper named GL3 Yungin after a heated argument. P went on IG and said he still loved him and that they could have talked it out, but it was too late. P's behavior online made it hard to tell who he really had beef with and who he still had love for. He dissed dead ops one day, and the next he was preaching peace. Then, Youngboy made his big move, telling the whole industry he was done promoting violence. He said in a Billboard interview that he didn't want kids picking up guns just because of his lyrics. But P wasn't trying to hear none of that. He went on Instagram and said he was turning the violence up, not down. He even posted King Von tracks, knowing Von and YB were enemies after the Quando Rondo situation where Lil Tim allegedly shot Von. That move was a major red flag. After that, fans caught P bumping Lil Durk on live. When people asked about it, P claimed he didn't even know it was Durk playing, but nobody believed that. Rumors started that YB dropped P from the label. P's brother denied it, but the tension was clear. Then, Jonah B, one of P's old homies, said YB was gonna take P's chain and hand it to Lil Dump. P clapped back, threatening to shoot Jonah if he tried anything. Around this time, Lil Dump blocked P on Instagram. P responded by hopping on live and dissing Dump directly. Even though he claimed he was still repping 4KT, the cracks were showing. He said, "Y'all probably be praying for me to go rock with the ops, but I'll never put my flag down like most of these rappers." But a couple of weeks later, he officially said he wasn't 4KT no more. Youngboy still never said a word publicly about any of this. But it was clear something went down behind closed doors. P kept posting subliminals aimed at Dump, and Dump clapped back with a track where he rapped about people dissing him on IG Live. P didn't take it lightly. He replied saying anybody who disses him was gonna die. The situation between the two kept heating up, but YB stayed silent the whole time. That silence said a lot. Instead of putting his artist in check or clearing the air, YB let the tension build until P finally walked away from the label completely. P Yungin was supposed to be the next face of 4KT, but instead of playing his role and taking the lane YB laid out, he crashed out over online beef and IG lives. He dissed dead rappers, fell out with his own camp, and switched up his story depending on who was watching. What started as a dream opportunity turned into street beef, betrayal, and isolation. And now, after burning bridges with YB, Dump, and others from 4KT, P is moving like he's fully on his own. Whether he survives the fallout or ends up like some of the names he used to diss, only time will tell. Click one of the boxes on the right or the left to watch a video similar to this one.